What's up, working class Americans? My ass needs to be in bed right now. I'm tired, dead dog tired, but I just can't help it. How much longer are we gonna let the Democrats screw the working class Americans? We continue to pay taxes. We continue to keep funneling funds into a government. And every time something comes up for working class Americans, they basically just smack it down like we're not shit. It drives me nuts. The coronavirus relief, there's so many Americans out there that need that money, okay? I'm not one of them. I'm working 70 hours a week. I care less about this other than the fact that the only people they shit on are the working class Americans who are paying for everything. And people are dumb enough to keep putting up with the shit. People can't get away from all the lies and rhetoric long enough to see what's going on. The fact of the matter is they had a vote. You know, all they had to do, Martha McSally came up with a bill. She said, let's extend this package at least by a week till we get this worked out so the American people will have some money, the ones who are not working. The Democrats just walked away from it. No. They put out 4 different versions of the bill to try to get it passed. The Democrats will not do it because their pet projects are not included in it. And when I say pet projects, I'm talking about bailing out a bunch of Democratic cities who were in trouble long before the coronavirus. If they were in trouble long before COVID because of mismanagement of funds when they take the highest tax rates in the country, we shouldn't bail them out. Our money should not go to that. And people, you got to wake up. These people are shitting all over the working class. I do not understand how people can just be blind to all this. The second thing is really just driving me nuts. I am getting so tired of hearing that mail-in ballots is safe and this and that. It's not, okay? Just take the New Jersey election, special election here lately. They had a special election. And the postal worker, one postal worker reported on her first trip, just her first stop, 65 ballots she brought back because she couldn't verify who was there. Nobody was there to get the ballots. There was abandoned apartments the ballots were going to. There were apartments that people didn't live in. And then on her second stop, it was 100+ ballots that she brought back. Now, keep in mind that we're like 42 days or something into this special election in New York. And they can't even, you've got 2 separate ones, New York and New Jersey, but 42 days into the special election in New York, and they have no clue who to even start to point at as being the winner. There's people standing up now saying, there's one family in particular, 8 members of the family supposedly voted. Well, they're standing up saying, no, none of us voted. We did not vote at all. But somebody filled out their voter registration. Somebody mailed in the ballot as a Democrat, and they didn't vote at all. These Democrats have been crooked since the country was founded. They're gonna stay crooked. Now, the Republicans, yes, they're spineless. They're cowards. They're scared to stand up for working class American people. They're afraid somebody will call them a name, or they're afraid that they'll get, you know, a little chunk of their bread and butter taken away. I don't like them either. Don't care for them. I think they're cowards. I think they just basically need to be all wiped out, taken right on up out of the office and replaced with people who do work for a living. We keep letting people who do not work for a living run this country, and they're going to run it into the ground. They have no concept of spending our money. Not one concept of holding back. They have no control. They blow our money like you might as well set it on fire. Might as well just take the American tax dollars and set them on fire, because that's what they do with them. But people just keep ignoring all this, and it blows my mind and it drives me crazy. We can see just from like the coronavirus relief package, the fact that they do not care about American working class people. We are no longer on their radar as a group that supports them, and because we want lower taxes, we want good schools for our kids. If we have to pay for it, we will. We want to work. We don't want to sit around, collect a check from the government, which is what they want. These socialist Democrats want every American to be dependent on the government so that they can control us. They want a one-party system where they tell you what to think, what to say, where you're going to work, what you're going to do, how much money you're going to earn, where you're going to live, what vacation you can take, what vacation you can't take, travel restrictions for you and me, but none for them. They'll tell us, hey, you can't even drive down the street because you don't need to. And then they'll hop on a private jet and go wherever they want. During this whole coronavirus incident, it's basically been like, American people need to lock down. You can't go to work, you can't go to church, you can't do that. But they don't live by those rules. They do whatever they want. Consequence free, coronavirus or not, they do what they want. And my last point to that is, you got people who can't go to church. You have people who can't, they can't have freedom of speech. If they say the wrong thing, they're being arrested. They're basically, you can paint graffiti in a place, a public place that's been paid for by tax dollars. You can paint graffiti there if it's got the right narrative. But if someone goes out and attempts to correct all that graffiti and either A, clean it up, or B, paint over it, they're arrested. This is totally out of hand. American working class people better wake up. If we don't wake up, we're gonna lose everything we worked for. Why should the American working class lose what they worked for? We have worked, like right now, I'm working 70 hours a week. I don't care about that, okay? Yeah, I go to work, I go to sleep. I go to work, I go to sleep. That's all I do. But I can support my family. I can support my own life and my own life choices. I can do what I want to do. Nobody can tell me what I'm going to do. It's my choice, my free will. If we allow them to keep going down the path they're going down, we won't have any free will. We won't have any money left over. We won't have anything. And people have got to wake up to this. It's a very short time between now and November. If you notice, Joe Biden is hiding in his basement talking about what he would have done. When this coronavirus thing kicked off, where were the Democrats? Well, they were trying to impeach Trump. Where was Biden? He was sitting there calling Trump all kinds of names, saying that when Trump banned people coming from China, which probably saved hundreds of thousands of lives, Biden was saying that Trump was a xenophobic racist, is exactly what he called him. Because that was the popular view at the time. I remember Nancy Pelosi saying, everybody come on down to Chinatown. We're going to have a little get together. You know, just ridiculousness. We've got so much of this hypocrisy and the way that our elites live and our government lives versus the way we live. How come we're funding everything? We're paying all the bills, and it's just constantly like, the hell with you working class Americans. We have got to come together. If we don't, there's not going to be a country left for us. There's damn sure not going to be jobs for us. And I mean, it blows my mind that people can't see this and that people are not just jumping up saying, whoa, what the hell are y'all doing? I did start a nonprofit. I am still working on that. I'm about to have it off the ground. And trust me when I tell you, when I get it off the ground, I'm going hard. I'm going to damn push and push, and I'm going to do everything I can to kick every one of them Ivy League educated assholes out of the fucking Congress and get them the hell out of there. And we can put working class people in there, and we can have a chance at taking this country back to where the people who go to work and break their backs every day can control the government. People who go to work and break their backs every day can get their just rewards. It is absolutely insane that the people who go to work and pay for everything are on the bottom rung of the ladder. Absolutely insane. When this country in the 60s and 70s was was basically the largest middle class the country had ever seen. And it wasn't just white people. It was all races. And it was a huge, huge victory for working class Americans because everybody was making money. Everybody was living good. It's just, you can go back and look at the numbers for yourself. It's very easy to find. Hell, the first time I looked it up, and it's been probably 3 years ago, I found it no problem, very quick, about the middle class and the decline of the middle class and all that. You can read it for yourself. Don't take my word for it. Go look it up. Don't take my word for any of this. Go look it up. The Democrats and the Republicans are all throwing working class Americans under the bus. The difference is the Democrats are a socialist party. They want us to be dependent on them. I'm not going to be dependent on them. Anybody with a brain should not be dependent on them. If you're going to let your livelihood and your job and your things that you've worked for 30 years, 40 years, rest in their hands, then you don't have a damn functional brain cell in your head. You need to go get that shit examined because you obviously have way too much faith in these fuckers. Now, I'm done. I'm going to bed. I got a fucking long day tomorrow. I hope like hell some people get on board, because if you don't say I didn't fucking tell you so.